6 Mistakes Causing Facial Hair Growth in Senior Women, from a doctor. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Doctor, your name, generic doctor name for the script, and today we're going to tackle a topic that many of you, especially my wonderful Senior Women viewers, have shared with me, often with a hint of quiet frustration or even embarrassment. It's an issue that, while common, can truly impact how you feel about yourself, how you interact with the world, and your overall sense of confidence. Unwanted facial hair growth. Perhaps you've been looking in the mirror lately, noticing new, darker hairs appearing on your chin, above your lip, or along your jawline. You might find yourself reaching for tweezers more often, or feeling a little self-conscious when you're out with friends, worried that someone else might notice. And you've probably asked yourself, why now? Why is this happening to me at this stage of my life? If this sounds familiar, please know that you are absolutely not alone. This isn't just a cosmetic concern. It's a health issue that touches on your well-being, your self-esteem, and your comfort in your own skin. As a medical doctor, I've had countless conversations with women just like you who are grappling with this very challenge. They've come to me feeling confused, sometimes a little defeated, wondering if it's just an inevitable part of aging that they simply have to accept. And while some changes are indeed part of life's natural progression, I want to assure you today that when it comes to unwanted facial hair, there are often specific, underlying reasons that we can identify and address. It's not always just old age. In fact, there are 6 specific, often overlooked mistakes or contributing factors that can lead to increased facial hair growth in women over 60. And understanding these insights, straight from a medical perspective, can make all the difference. My goal today isn't just to explain what's happening, but to empower you with the knowledge you need to have informed conversations with your own healthcare provider, to help you advocate for yourself, explore potential strategies, and ultimately reclaim that sense of confidence and comfort in your daily life. Because feeling good about yourself, feeling comfortable and radiant, is something you absolutely deserve at every age. So let's get started and shed some light on this often frustrating but entirely addressable concern. Now, let's delve a little deeper into this phenomenon of unwanted facial hair growth in senior women. It's medically known as hirsutism, and it refers to the excessive growth of dark, coarse hair in a male-like pattern on a woman's body. While some fine vellus hair is normal, hirsutism involves thicker, more visible terminal hairs. For many women, this change often becomes noticeable around the perimenopausal or postmenopausal years, but it can certainly develop or worsen well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Imagine for a moment waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and seeing something new, perhaps a few darker hairs on your chin, or upper lip that weren't there before, or at least weren't as prominent. Then, over time, these hairs seem to multiply, thicken, and become more noticeable. This isn't a fleeting cosmetic issue. It's a persistent change that can slowly erode your self-confidence, one tiny hair at a time. This isn't just about aesthetics. It's about how you feel internally. Many women describe feeling a deep sense of self-consciousness. They might avoid bright lights, shy away from close conversations, or constantly check their reflection. Simple pleasures, like having grandchildren playfully touch their face, can suddenly become a source of anxiety. It impacts social interactions, family gatherings, and even intimate moments. I've had patients tell me they stop going to their bridge club, or they're hesitant to attend their grandchild's school play, all because they're worried someone will notice. This constant internal monologue of worry can be utterly exhausting and diminish your overall quality of life. There's also a common misconception that this is simply an inevitable, untreatable part of aging, and that you just have to grin and bear it. This couldn't be further from the truth. While hormonal shifts are a natural part of aging, understanding which shifts are happening and why they might be contributing to increased hair growth is crucial. It's not always about a lack of estrogen. Sometimes it's about a relative increase in androgen hormones, like testosterone, which, even at seemingly normal levels, can have a more pronounced effect In the absence of higher estrogen levels, our bodies are complex symphony orchestras, and when one instrument plays a little louder, it can change the whole tune. The impact on independence and quality of life is profound. Imagine having to schedule your day around hair removal, feeling like you can't leave the house without a quick check in the mirror, or constantly carrying a pair of tweezers in your purse. This takes up mental energy and time that could be spent enjoying your retirement, pursuing hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. It can lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and even depression for some. For example, Mrs. Eleanor Vance, a vibrant 72-year-old artist I know, found herself avoiding art classes she once loved because the bright studio lights made her feel exposed. She felt her focus shift from her canvas to constant worrying about her facial hair. This isn't the quality of life we want for anyone. We want you to live vibrantly, confidently, and without unnecessary burdens. And understanding the root causes is the very first step towards regaining that freedom and comfort. It's about more than just hair. It's about living your life to the fullest. So let's get into the heart of the matter, those 6 specific, often overlooked mistakes or contributing factors that can lead to increased facial hair growth in women over 60. Remember, understanding these isn't about blaming yourself. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge so you can have a proactive conversation with your doctor and explore effective solutions. Mistake number 1, dismissing hormonal changes as just old age. This is perhaps the most common misconception. Many women, and sometimes even their healthcare providers, might simply attribute new hair growth to menopause or just getting older, and leave it at that. While menopause undeniably brings significant hormonal shifts, it's a simplification to stop there. What's truly happening is a delicate balance shifting. As we age, our ovaries produce less estrogen, but they often continue to produce a small amount of androgens, like testosterone. Our adrenal glands also contribute to androgen production throughout life. The key here is the ratio. Even if your androgen levels aren't necessarily high for a younger woman, they can become relatively dominant when estrogen levels drop significantly. This creates an environment where those androgens can exert a stronger influence on hair follicles, particularly on the face, which are more sensitive to these hormones. Think of it like a seesaw. In your younger years, the estrogen side was heavier, balancing out the androgen side. After menopause, the estrogen side becomes much lighter, and even if the androgen side remains the same weight, it suddenly looks much heavier in comparison, tipping the balance. This is why you might notice fine light hairs, vellus hairs, transforming into darker, coarser terminal hairs in androgen-sensitive areas like the chin, upper lip, and jawline. A common scenario might be Mrs. Rodriguez, a 68-year-old woman who noticed increasing chin hair. Her initial thought was, well, I'm just getting old. What can I do? But during our discussion, we explored how her body's hormonal landscape had subtly shifted over time. It wasn't about a sudden surge of testosterone, but rather the relative lack of estrogen, allowing existing androgen levels to have a more pronounced effect. We also discussed how other factors might exacerbate this. For instance, if you're taking any exogenous hormones, such as certain hormone replacement therapies, HRT, that might have a progestin component with androgenic activity, or even topical testosterone creams prescribed for other reasons, though less common in women it happens, these can directly contribute. The mistake here is to simply accept it without exploring the nuances of these hormonal shifts and discussing potential interventions or adjustments with your doctor, such as specific types of HRT or anti-androgen medications like spironolactone, if appropriate for your individual health profile. It's about looking beyond the blanket statement of aging and asking for a more detailed hormonal assessment. Mistake number 2, not reviewing all medications with your doctor. This is a critical, yet often overlooked factor. Many medications commonly prescribed to senior women can have side effects that include increased hair growth. It's not always listed as a primary side effect, or it might be something that develops gradually over time, making it hard to connect the dots. When you see your doctor for a routine checkup, it's vital to bring a complete and updated list of all medications you're taking: prescription, over-the-counter, supplements, and even herbal remedies. Don't assume your doctor knows everything you're taking, especially if you see multiple specialists. For example, certain types of progestins, which are sometimes found in hormone replacement therapy, can have androgenic effects, meaning they can stimulate hair growth. Another group of medications to be mindful of are those used for high blood pressure, such as minoxidil, even oral forms, not just topical Rogaine. While oral minoxidil is sometimes prescribed off-label for hair loss on the scalp, it can unfortunately cause hair growth in unwanted areas for some individuals. Other medications like certain immunosuppressants, cyclosporine, or even some less common drugs can also be culprits. Consider Mrs. Davies, age 75, who came in frustrated by her stubborn facial hair. She had been on a blood pressure medication for years, and we hadn't connected it. Upon review, we realized the particular beta blocker she was on had some documented cases of causing increased hair growth in women. By carefully reviewing her full medication list with her primary care physician, they were able to explore alternatives that managed her blood pressure just as effectively, without the unwanted side effect. This isn't about stopping your medications. It's about being aware and having an informed discussion with your doctor to see if there are equally effective alternatives with fewer side effects. It's a proactive conversation that often leads to a simple solution. The mistake is assuming all medications are inert concerning hair growth and not thoroughly reviewing them with an eye towards potential side effects. Mistake number 3, overlooking metabolic or endocrine conditions. Sometimes, unwanted facial hair isn't just about the natural decline in estrogen, but rather an indicator of a more profound underlying medical condition that needs attention. Conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, while typically diagnosed in younger women, can sometimes manifest later or persist subtly, only becoming more apparent or problematic in postmenopausal years. Insulin resistance, often a precursor to type 2 diabetes, is another significant factor. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, your pancreas works overtime, producing more insulin. High insulin levels can then stimulate the ovaries and adrenal glands to produce more androgens, directly contributing to hirsutism. It's crucial not to dismiss these possibilities. A thorough checkup, including blood tests for blood sugar levels, insulin sensitivity, and various hormone levels, including thyroid hormones, which can indirectly affect metabolism and hormone balance, is essential. For instance, a condition called Cushing's syndrome, which involves excessive cortisol production, can also lead to increased facial hair, though it's much rarer. Similarly, less common adrenal gland or ovarian tumors can sometimes secrete androgens. While these are rare, they underscore the importance of a comprehensive medical evaluation if the hirsutism is severe, rapid in onset, or accompanied by other concerning symptoms like sudden weight gain, irregular periods, if still applicable, or muscle weakness. Mrs. Chen, a spirited 70-year-old, had always been healthy, but suddenly developed very noticeable chin hair, along with some unexplained weight gain around her abdomen. She initially brushed it off as part of getting older. However, after a detailed discussion, her doctor decided to do a comprehensive metabolic panel. The results showed elevated fasting glucose and insulin levels, indicating insulin resistance. Addressing the insulin resistance through dietary changes, exercise, and sometimes medication not only improved her overall health, but also slowly helped to reduce the rate of new hair growth. The mistake here is to attribute these symptoms solely to aging without investigating deeper, as these underlying conditions have much broader health implications than just facial hair. Mistake number 4. Using aggressive or inappropriate hair removal methods. When faced with unwanted facial hair, it's natural to want to remove it quickly. However, some common hair removal methods can actually exacerbate the problem or cause skin irritation that makes the issue feel even worse. For example, constant plucking, waxing, or threading can irritate the delicate skin on your face, potentially leading to ingrown hairs, inflammation, or even scarring and hyperpigmentation. Dark spots, especially in older skin, which tends to be thinner and more fragile. While these methods remove the hair, they don't address the underlying growth pattern. Shaving, while quick and effective, also has its downsides. Many women worry that shaving will make the hair grow back thicker, darker, or faster. This is a myth. Shaving simply cuts the hair at its widest point, giving the stubble a blunt, coarser feel and appearance as it regrows, which can feel thicker. It doesn't actually change the hair follicle or the hair's inherent characteristics, but the daily ritual can be frustrating and contribute to skin irritation. Instead, for ongoing management, considering methods that are less irritating or offer longer-term solutions is key. Professional laser hair removal, for instance, targets the pigment in the hair follicle and can significantly reduce hair growth over time. It's most effective on dark hair against lighter skin, so it's important to consult with a dermatologist or a qualified technician to see if you are a good candidate. Electrolysis is another permanent hair removal method that works by destroying the hair follicle with an electric current, effective for all hair and skin types, but it can be time-consuming and expensive. Even topical creams like eflornithine, Vanica, prescribed by a doctor, can help slow hair growth, making other removal methods more effective or less frequent. The mistake is to continue using methods that irritate your skin, cause ingrown hairs, or don't provide adequate long-term relief without exploring professional or pharmaceutical options that might be more suitable for your sensitive senior skin and provide a more lasting solution. It's about choosing smarter, gentler, and more effective approaches for hair management. Mistake number 5, neglecting your diet and lifestyle's hormonal impact. This point ties closely with mistake number 3, especially regarding insulin resistance, but it extends further to overall metabolic health and inflammation. What we eat and how we live directly impacts our hormone balance. A diet high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, and processed foods can lead to chronic inflammation and contribute significantly to insulin resistance. This, as we discussed, can then lead to an increase in androgen production. Think about how you feel after a meal heavy in sugar or white bread, often sluggish, sometimes even irritable. This isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a sign of your body grappling with a sudden influx of glucose and insulin. Conversely, a diet rich in whole foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of fiber can help stabilize blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce systemic inflammation. These dietary choices support overall hormonal balance and can indirectly help manage hirsutism. Incorporating foods like leafy greens, colorful fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and quality protein sources isn't just good for your heart, it's good for your hormones too. Beyond diet, maintaining a healthy weight is also crucial. Adipose tissue, fat cells, can actually produce hormones, including androgens, and can also convert androgens into estrogens, further complicating the hormonal picture. Losing even a modest amount of weight, if you are overweight, can significantly improve insulin sensitivity and reduce androgen levels, leading to a noticeable reduction in unwanted hair growth for some women. Consider Mrs. Miller, a 65-year-old who had a sweet tooth and loved her daily pastries. She also had been noticing increasing chin hair. We discussed how her dietary choices might be impacting her insulin levels. She made a conscious effort to swap out sugary treats for berries and nuts, increased her intake of vegetables, and started walking regularly. Over several months, not only did she feel more energetic and lose a few pounds, but she also observed that her facial hair growth seemed less aggressive, requiring less frequent plucking. The mistake is underestimating the profound impact of your everyday food choices and activity levels on your body's delicate hormonal symphony. It's not about restrictive dieting, but about making sustainable, nourishing choices that support your body from the inside out. Mistake number 6, underestimating the power of stress and sleep on hormones. In our busy lives, especially as we navigate the unique challenges that come with aging, perhaps caring for a spouse, managing health issues, or adapting to retirement, chronic stress and insufficient sleep can become silent saboteurs of our health, including our hormonal balance. When you're under chronic stress, your adrenal glands work overtime, pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone. While cortisol is essential for our fight or flight response, chronically elevated levels can disrupt the entire endocrine system. The adrenal glands also produce some androgens, and in states of chronic stress, this production can sometimes be increased or become dysregulated, potentially contributing to hirsutism. Think about it. Have you ever noticed your body acting strangely during a period of intense stress? Perhaps more acne, changes in your menstrual cycle, if still applicable, or just generally feeling off. This is your hormones reacting. Similarly, sleep deprivation is a major stressor for the body. Poor quality or insufficient sleep can throw off numerous hormonal systems, including those that regulate insulin, cortisol, and sex hormones. Your body needs adequate, restorative sleep to repair, rebalance, and regulate its intricate hormonal processes. For example, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, both in their early 70s, were going through a very challenging time with Mr. Johnson's health issues. Mrs. Johnson, his primary caregiver, was sleeping only 4 or 5 hours a night. Constantly worried and stressed, she began noticing a significant increase in her facial hair. While several factors were at play, addressing her chronic stress and sleep deprivation became a crucial part of her treatment plan. We worked on strategies for better sleep hygiene, gentle relaxation techniques like mindful breathing, and ensuring she took short breaks for herself. As her stress levels decreased and her sleep improved, she reported not only feeling more energetic but also observed a subtle, yet welcome, reduction in the severity of her facial hair issue. The mistake here is to see stress and sleep as mere lifestyle inconveniences rather than powerful physiological factors that directly influence your hormonal health. Taking steps to manage stress through mindfulness, meditation, gentle exercise, or spending time in nature, and prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night can have profound positive effects, not just on your overall well-being, but potentially on reducing unwanted hair growth by bringing your hormones back into a more harmonious balance. So, we've explored these 6 significant factors: dismissing hormonal nuances, overlooking medication side effects, missing underlying metabolic conditions, using aggressive hair removal, neglecting diet's impact, and underestimating stress and sleep. Each of these can play a unique, yet powerful role in why you might be experiencing unwanted facial hair growth. But here's the wonderful news. Understanding them means you're no longer a passive observer. You are empowered. Imagine how much more confident you'll feel when you truly understand what's happening in your body and know that there are tangible steps you can take. No more quiet worrying. No more feeling like you have to accept something that truly bothers you. By taking these insights to your healthcare provider, you can open up a much more productive conversation. Instead of just saying, "I have facial hair, what can you do?" you can say, "Doctor, I've been learning about the connection between hormonal shifts, medication side effects, metabolic health, and even stress. And I'm wondering if we could explore these possibilities in my case." This shift from passive recipient to active participant is incredibly empowering. This journey isn't about finding a miracle cure overnight. It's about thoughtful, evidence-based management. You might not eliminate every single hair, but you can certainly reduce its prominence, slow its growth, and manage it in a way that feels comfortable and confident for you. Think about the freedom of not constantly checking your reflection, the joy of engaging fully in social situations, and the renewed sense of self-esteem that comes from feeling more at ease in your own skin. This isn't just about appearances. It's about reclaiming your vitality, your independence, and your overall quality of life. Mrs. Eleanor Vance, the artist I mentioned earlier, eventually found the right combination of dietary adjustments and a topical prescription that significantly reduced her chin hair. She's back in her art classes, painting with renewed vigor, no longer distracted by self-consciousness. That's the kind of confidence and comfort I want for you. You deserve to feel radiant and comfortable at every age. By understanding these 6 factors, you're not just learning about facial hair, you're learning about your body, your hormones, and how various aspects of your health are interconnected. This knowledge is power. It empowers you to ask the right questions, to seek out the right support, and to make informed decisions about your well-being. It gives you the confidence to talk openly with your doctor, to explore options like anti-androgen medications, specific HRT adjustments, dietary changes, or professional hair removal techniques, knowing that you're taking proactive steps based on solid medical understanding. Embrace this journey of self-advocacy, and remember that every step you take towards understanding your health is a step towards a more confident, comfortable you. If you found this discussion insightful and helpful, please consider giving this video a big thumbs up. Your likes help us know that this information is valuable to you and helps more senior women find this important content. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos designed specifically to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant life. I'd also love to hear from you. Have you experienced unwanted facial hair growth? What strategies have you tried? And what has or hasn't worked for you? Share your experiences and insights in the comments section below. Your stories not only help me understand your needs better, but also create a supportive community where we can all learn from each other. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and sharing your experiences can truly make a difference for someone else feeling similar concerns. So please take a moment to engage with us in the comments. We read everyone. Thank you for spending this important time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video, where we'll continue to explore topics vital to your health and well-being. Stay well, stay informed, and most importantly, stay confident.